Hi, I'm Mike with the School of Self-Reliance, and today is another episode of Survival BS. And today's Survival BS topic is the one-tool option. And up front, I want to be very, very clear about this. The one-tool option, when applied to survival or to being a woodsman, is complete BS. That's the blanket statement right out of the gate. Now, if you're a guy who's going out trekking in the backyard, fine, the one tool option can be fine for you. If you're out there doing things like going to state parks and stuff where, you're a civilized parking area and you get out of your car and you head down to the river to do some fly fishing and this, that, and the other thing, fine, the one tool option may be fine for you. But if you're planning survival or serious wilderness outings and you're operating on the one tool option, you're setting yourself up to fail. You're asking to fail. You're begging to fail. I see a lot of guys who say, this is my one tool option. I'm forced to ask a question. Why? And somebody always hits me with weight, space. I'm trying to save on weight and space by using a one tool option. No, I don't really think so. I don't think that that's what you're trying to do at all. Because I have this, and then I always carry with it a companion knife. Like this little Mora companion army. Or, if not that one, you guys have seen this on my pack more than once, a Becker BK-16. Or an SE4. So, one sheath knife, decent belt knife, and then a smaller companion knife. And if you're worried about space and weight, then fine, go with the lighter option. But the third thing that I always carry is a saw. And it's usually, a Silky Gomboy 240 or the 270, either one. They're both great saws. But this is what I consider my bare minimum. And so when I hear this concept of the one tool option, look, if you're going out hiking the Appalachian Trail, this is what I'd bring on the Appalachian Trail. I'd bring one knife. But I'm not building a campfire every day. As a matter of fact, most nights I'm not building a campfire. I'm not doing anything. As a matter of fact, the only thing this knife's ever going to get used for is cutting open something like this if I'm on the Appalachian Trail. It might get used to cut a piece of paracord, something like that, and make a tent stake, maybe. And as far as fire, well, I'm going to cook that on this. I'm going to cook it on an alcohol stove, And places like the trail, they prefer you use a setup like that. They'd rather you be using that. So yeah, on the Appalachian Trail, that's probably all I'd carry, something like that. But the Appalachian Trail is different than survival. It's different than being a woodsman, going out into real forested area that is unexplored, that is not commonly trekked, where, on the Appalachian Trail, you have a problem, sooner or later somebody's going to happen by. You're going to see people on the trail with great regularity. And sooner or later, even if you just lay there on the trail, within a matter of a few days, somebody will come by. And out in unexplored wilderness or out in deep wilderness, that is not the case. They're going to find your bleached bones. Where you drop and stay is where they'll probably never find your body. You'll just be there forever and no one will ever know where you died. But this one tool option, and I hear guys all the time, oh, that's, I do it to save on weight and space. And then this, but it's always the same guy who says that, something like this is too heavy to wear on their belt. All I ever say to that is, you need some testosterone injections and get some weights and stuff like that. If that is too heavy for you to carry on your belt or too heavy for you to carry around on the daily, you got bigger problems than the one tool option. You need to, get some man in you or something. But this is what I consider a one tool option, which isn't a one tool option. It's three tools. And so this whole concept of the one tool option, you're setting yourself up for failure. There's absolutely no reason for it. This thing will do so much work for you that it more than pays for itself in weight and space. More than pays for itself. And, this, if I've got a little medical emergency, a surgical emergency, I'm going to use this because it's razory sharp, and it's thin and I can do good cutting with it. I'm also going to use this to cut up fish. I'm also going to use this to process food and stuff like that. And because it's stainless and so on, I'm just going to never really worry about it. But a companion knife, a belt knife, and that's what I would consider to be the bare minimum. This was invented as a one-tool option. Not this particular knife, but the survival knife. The hollow-handled survival knife was invented and envisioned as a one-tool option. You know, putting all of your survival gear and stuff inside that handle to save on weight and space, you know, and sacrificing the integral strength of the knife by a hollow-handled design in order to carry everything in a one-tool option. You know, putting a saw on the back of the knife so that you didn't have to carry an effective, usable saw. The one-tool option. Well, I think we all know, even though there are a lot of really good hollow-handled survival knives out there, or at least a few, that are made really, really well, we know where this one-tool option ended up. Okay? Most of the people who made a survival knife don't make them anymore. And the reason they don't make them anymore, the hollow-handled Rambo knives, is because it didn't work. It didn't do a very good job at being a one-tool option. That's because the whole concept of a one-tool option is a bankrupt concept. You know, I own this, and it's a nice knife designed by Martin Knives, and I really do like it. I own it more as a piece of nostalgia than a piece of gear. Although I do take this out every once in a while and actually use it, and I relive my teenage years and think about Rambo and everything else. But this one's built a lot different, and I wouldn't take it if I were going into the UP for a week, if I was going out to the Dakotas, if I was going to the Appalachian Mountains for a while, if I was going anywhere serious. Even though I know this knife can probably survive it, I don't need the saw teeth that are on there because I have a saw. I don't need this hollow handle because I'll carry more stuff in a pouch. Most people don't go in the woods without at least this. Hell, I hardly go out for the day without a backpack. Most people don't. And if you go out for the day, most of us at least have this much stuff. So when they say I carried it as a one-tool option, why? This wouldn't fit in there? This little thing wouldn't fit in here? So that you don't have to have a one-tool option? Think of the work and time that's going to save you. And we all carry stuff like this. And I certainly am not going out for a 2-day trek in the woods without at least an assault pack worth of gear. Neither are you, to be honest. And if you are, and you're fixated on the one-tool option, you're fixated on potential failure that you don't see coming, but you're setting yourself up for it. That's what I'm trying to get across. Because the concept of the one-tool option is just as bankrupt as the concept behind this survival knife. But they gave you all of these things on this knife, that saw back and everything like that, because they recognized you needed a saw. You needed a way to cut things more than just the blade of that knife. Yeah. When you think about it, the one-tool option in terms of the survival knife, you start to see just how bankrupt the whole concept really is. You carry the gear that you need, the gear that will get you by. Okay, the gear, you don't maximize it to get, to take everything in the world that you can, but you take the gear that you need. You don't go out hamstringing yourself from the beginning. Nobody gets up in the morning and ties their shoelaces together on both feet just so they can trip. They don't do that. And when you think on the one-tool option basis, that is what you're doing to yourself. Even if I was just going out day trekking, I'd still take at least this. And frankly, I'd still take this. So the whole concept, if you think about benefit versus loss by going with just the one-tool option, think about it like the survival knife. Will it really work out in the end? Is it really best? Chances are the answer is no. This is better. And you can add to it. And if you're out there doing things, add to it as you can and as you need. I mean, I'm not saying take more than you need, but take what you need. I mean, we've gotten so far in this survival concept that people literally are starting to convince people, I'm going to run out there with just this. I'm going to northern Siberia, and this is all I need. That and a Mylar blanket. No, it's not. This survival business and the novelty of it has gotten out of hand. It started to interfere with common sense. And a lot of it, TV personality. A lot of that has interfered with it, and they're giving you a good show. on TV. That's all it is. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you do, like the video, watch our video, share our video, and help us out on Patreon because we're trying to get some new camera equipment. Again, I'm Mike with the School of Self-Reliance. Thanks for watching.